Welcome back to Zane Cinema. Today, I'm explaining a movie released in 2022. The movie starts, showing Greg, a wealthy businessman who have been married for 8 years. But him and his wife have not been able to bear children. Greg has low sperm count. He couldn't get his wife pregnant, so he pleaded with his best friend Dennis to sleep with his wife, so she could get pregnant, for the sum of 10 million naira. Dennis' wife Benedict is not aware of this arrangement. It surprises me how Greg was comfortable with Dennis having sex with his wife in his house even while he is around. After having sex with Dennis several times, Greg's wife conducts a pregnancy test and finds out she still haven't gotten pregnant. Greg was not happy with the result, so he insists they visit a hospital for proper test, instead of using pregnancy test strip at home, but it still turned out she wasn't pregnant after all. Greg visits Dennis. In the next scene we see Greg complaining bitterly to Dennis about his wife not being pregnant after several attempts. Dennis was surprised as well, because he is sure he did his best. In the next scene, Greg thinks it will be better for Dennis to have sex with his wife more often, preferably at midnight and early morning, because he feels that's the best time for a woman to conceive. He even told his wife to take 2 weeks off from her shop, because he wants her to be relaxed and ready anytime Dennis wants to have sex with her. He told his wife and Dennis to go upstairs straight away and have sex at least twice before Dennis leaves, and asked Dennis to come back for another rounds as early as 4 o'clock in the morning. When they got upstairs, Dennis wanted to know what Greg's wife feels about the whole situation. She said she loved her husband and that's the only reason why she agreed to sleep with Dennis to get her pregnant. But Dennis is scared his wife might find out. He claimed he had never hidden anything from his wife since they got married except this. Greg's wife warned Dennis never to reveal this to anyone, as he already agreed earlier with Greg. When Dennis got home, his wife Benedict was worried why he got home so late. Dennis told her he was coming from Greg's place, that they had a business discussion, but Benedict was not happy. She complained about Dennis always spending more time with Greg, rather than spending those times with her and their 2 children. Just as Greg requested, as early as 4 o'clock in the morning, Dennis is already leaving his house to Greg's house, to have early morning sex with Greg's wife. But Benedict, his wife, is wondering why her husband is leaving that early. Dennis told her he was going to Greg's house to meet some of their business partners who arrived a day before. So Benedict asked Dennis for money and he sent it to her and left immediately. When Dennis got to Greg's house, he wanted to sit on the couch, but Greg's told him not to sit, that he should rather go straight to meet his wife and have intercourse with her, because she is already waiting for him. Then Dennis asked Greg if he was sure they are doing the right thing, but Greg thinks the question came too late, because they are already halfway on the journey. Next again we see Greg's wife conducting another pregnancy test. It happened she is still not pregnant. This is so shocking, because she have slept with Dennis 77 times. So how come she is still not pregnant? Greg got very upset, so he went to Dennis' house that early morning. Listen to their conversation.
Talking about? Yeah, listen, I don't want any trouble, okay? And it's obvious that you can't even carry out the task I paid you for. Why don't you just pay my money and let me go? Pay your money back? You cannot be serious. After everything you have put me through, the emotional turmoil, me lying to my wife, me covering your ass, and you're asking me to pay you my money back? You can't be serious. No, one was an idiot, a big one. I paid you to carry out a simple task, just simple, sleeping with my wife, and you do that for months now, but nothing to show for it. Nothing has happened, nothing, absolutely nothing. Guy, lower your voice, I am not your baby. Then bring my money and I'll leave you alone. I am not paying you back one couple. I'm not paying anything back. Why are you trying to make it that like this is my fault? I have done my very best trying to help you out of your predicament, and now you're making my fault. This is not my fault. No, don't even insinuate it's my wife's fault, okay? Don't even insinuate, because it is certified to be fertile. Really? Yes. Okay, so I'm fertile as well. Have you forgotten I am the one that has 2 children laying upstairs in their bedrooms? It proves my fertility. Go home and ask your wife whether she really can carry a child like she claims that she can. Listen, watch your mouth, okay? I am not going to watch your mouth. Hear me again. Go and ask her whether or not she had an abortion early in life, maybe damage her womb. For whatever reason, she cannot carry a child. And this to you was a bad idea in the first place, but it will happen again. If you don't want any trouble, pay me back my money.
After Dennis' outburst with Greg, Dennis decides to tell his wife Benedict what have been going on. He told Benedict that Greg already paid him 6 million naira, hoping to collect another 4 million if Greg's wife eventually gets pregnant. But Greg is asking for his money because his wife have refused to take in. Dennis and Benedict decides not to return the money to Greg no matter what happens. On the next scene, we see Greg drinking, probably to ease his frustration. Greg is actually confused because he doesn't know where the problem is coming from. Greg believes his friend is fertile because he have 2 kids already, so when his wife approached him, he asked his wife if she have had abortion in the past that probably damaged her womb. The wife got upset and left the house angrily to her aunt's place. Benedict later forgave Dennis for his involvement in this, but urges him to stay away from Greg and his family. Greg's wife, Dalian, told his aunt and her husband what happened. And they blamed them seriously for engaging in such a stupid act. But Benedict on the other hand, visits Greg's house to confront Greg's wife for sleeping with her husband. But she meet only Greg at home. Greg apologized to her, saying he is to be blamed for everything. If he was man enough to get her wife pregnant, he wouldn't have arranged this in the first place. Benedict saw reasons with him and also apologized for taking this personal. She encouraged Greg to stay strong, that hopefully everything will be alright. Greg decided to go to a different lab to get all the necessary tests done, so he can try a different doctor as well. On getting there, it happened that the lab guy was his old-time friend, Eric, during his university days. So they went out to have a drink. At the bar, Greg told Eric how he paid his friend to sleep with his wife to get her pregnant. Eric condemned Greg for doing that, and told him he was going to recommend a doctor for him. Greg told Eric he regretted having Dennis sleep with his wife. Eric remembered Dennis because 3 of them were friends back in the university. It was shocking to Eric because he actually conducted the same test for Dennis, but he never came for recommendation. Greg told Eric it can't be true because Dennis have 2 kids already. Eric said probably Dennis got help from another doctor, that was why he didn't come back for recommendation. This was so shocking for Greg. In his head he is thinking, so Dennis was sterile, he was able to get treated to have kids, but he never told me. Instead he collected my money and slept with my wife. Greg was so bittered, so he drove to Dennis's house. On getting there, he told Dennis how wicked he was. He got treated and was able to get kids, but never seemed it fit to help him with the same doctor who treated him. But Dennis was surprised because he have never carried out any test of such. Moreover, he have never seen Eric since he graduated from the university, so how come Eric said he carried out a test on him? Dennis angrily went to Eric's lab, asking him why he lied to Greg that he carried out fertility test for him, but Eric told him that his wife Benedict brought his sperm for the test. Dennis was surprised that his wife could do such a thing without letting him know. When he got home that day, he didn't confront his wife. He acted like everything was okay. The next morning, he offered to drop the children at school. Benedict was surprised because he haven't done that for a very long time. He actually took the children to a medical laboratory for DNA test. He wanted to know if he is the biological father of those children. On the other scene, we see Greg apologizing to his wife, begging her to come back home, and he told her that Dennis had fertility issues in the past but didn't tell them how he got help. The wife wasn't happy with Dennis for hiding such information from them. In the next scene, we see Dennis yelling and shouting at Benedict after the test he conducted showed he is not capable of bearing children. He wants to know who is the biological father to Junior and Sophia. But instead of Benedict to give him the answer he seeks, she ran away to her uncle's place, leaving Dennis devastated. Greg and his wife was having a nice time after she returned home. Then the bell rang. But only the kids came in. It happened that Dennis dropped them and left, but he gave them a note to give to Greg. Listen to what the note says.
Greg, I know you're going to be surprised seeing these kids in front of your house, but I had to bring them over because I had nowhere else to take them. I just found out 2 days ago that everything I knew and called in life was all built on lies. My wife has deceived me for 8 years with children from another man. Yes, I am incapable of having children, and Junior and Sophia are not my biological children. Bernadette has disappeared and refused to tell me who she slept with to get pregnant with these kids. I have loved these kids deeply and cannot bear to cause them any harm. That is why I have brought them over to you, because I know you love them as much as they love you too. Bernadette has destroyed my life. It would have been better for me not to have any children than for my wife to have slept with some man or men I don't know for children and lied to me. I'm going away, man. I'll see you all in another life.
Immediately after reading the letter, Greg and his wife rushed to Dennis's house. They met him sitting on the floor. Greg asked his wife to take the kids outside so he can talk to Dennis. He made Dennis understand that they should both right their wrong. As much as he hate himself for what have happened, he should put the past behind him and find a way to start all over again. Benedict then came in to meet them. As Dennis tried to take his life, Greg held the cup of poison he was trying to drink, and Benedict knelt down and was pleading with Dennis not to take his life for her sake. She explained that she went to club, look for a drunk random guy to sleep with her. That was how she got pregnant for the 2 children. At the end, Dennis forgives her and the movie ends. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel for more movie recap. You can drop the name of the movie you want us to do a recap on. Like, share, and comment. Thanks.